Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Today we are talking about panic farms, and the biggest panic farm that I think Lightspeed bundlers are sleeping on. Please get this done. First, I want to talk about what panic farms are. Panic farms are when you have a deadline. So, for instance, Executor. Executor comes around once a month, which means you have a deadline that you need to finish the team. Let's say that you're close to finishing Executor. You're going to panic farm it, put more than you normally would investing in the teams or in the ships to be able to get that done in time for you to hit the time in the event where you can unlock Executor. You know, same thing happens with like Jedi Knight Cal. It's happening right now. You know, you got Jedi Knight Cal over here. If you were really close to Jedi Knight Cal, you'd maybe invest more crystals, more refreshes into be able to finishing the last requirement, so that way you could get him before the deadline. That would be a panic farm. And we have a monthly panic farm during this week, which is the panic farm that is personal to you to get good in GAC, because we all need to get good. So in GAC, we have a week where we don't have any GAC, we just have Conquest, and we need to be panic farming to try and get to a good place where we can go into the next GAC with a little bit of an edge over our opponents. So we take advantage of this time. We farm some Datacrons, obviously, because Conquest, but we'll have personal ones. We've been looking through a lot of rosters today. Obviously, this was filmed yesterday, but looked through a lot of rosters, and so we saw a lot of things like a Gear 12 Savage with the Omicron. And we just need a Relic 5 that, and that is a perfect panic farm. We saw all kinds of like Wampas at Gear 12, and we need a Relic that. You know, it could be specific to you. There's different ones that are specific to everyone. But one of the lowest intensity panic farms with one of the highest yields, I think, is sleeping in your account right now. And it could not be. I could be congratulating you right now, and because you are amazing and you did this already, but please don't sleep on this. So what I'm talking about is a specific Omicron. So if you have an extra Zeta and an extra Omicron in the next week, this is what you should be panic farming for. And that's the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. This thing is absolutely insane. Don't sleep on it. And so basically what happens with this Omicron, I'm not going to go read the kit or anything, but when Qui-Gon Jinn is the leader, he cannot, or none of his allies can be defeated until he is defeated. So once they kill him, they can kill your allies. It's like, okay, so it gives an extra buffer before they can kill my allies. Sounds great. But there's more. When Qui-Gon dies, he shares 400% of his current offense to his allies. So you're going to want to equip him with some offense mods, you know, give him some solid offense. So he gives 400% of his offense to his team. That's wild. But on top of that, hold on, we're not done. He gives offense equal to 30 times the speed on each of the allies. So if that ally has 300 speed, they're getting an additional 9,000 offense, which is wild. And so you, in your roster right now, may have a crap Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't quite care. Apply this Omicron. I'll show you why. Stay tuned to see why, even if it's a crap Qui-Gon, you should do this. But you now have a Jedi Knight Anakin in your roster at Relic 3. All the Lightspeed bundlers that bought Lightspeed bundles recently have this guy. Throw some speed mods. Obviously, I have offense mods on him right now, but that's because I'm using him with Keller and Beck right now. But speed. It translates into offense. It's super good. Give yourself, you know, a crit damage triangle, an offense cross. Just blast this guy with speed otherwise. Gonna be really nice, because when Qui-Gon dies, whenever another ally falls below 50% health or is defeated, Anakin takes a bonus turn. His next attack deals 100% more damage if all allies were Galactic Republic at the start of the battle. So he gets to double his damage. So he's getting 400% damage from Qui-Gon. He's getting 9,000 offense just from the speed that you gave him. On top of that, when Qui-Gon dies, he's doubling his offense. And on top of that, with overpowering assault, this attack can't be evaded, and it's an AoE. This guy is going to spank teams. This is insane. So I want to show you guys why, even at low gear Qui-Gon, this is so incredibly busted. So I've shown you how it works, which is crazy already. But I want you to look at this. So this is the stats from a couple seasons ago, because we want to eliminate Datacrons, because Datacrons has shifted this list very heavily, because we have all kinds of wild teams going on, like the Holdocron and stuff like that. So this is a couple seasons ago, but this is how it is basically every season. You have these top GLs and like, oh my gosh, you know, this, you know, Afra has a ton of stuff, and you look at the defense and, you know, there's a ton of stuff here. You got GLs, so, you know, some Datacron stuff like the Saw Gerrera team, but what's in the top list? It's Qui-Gon. It always will be. He always is in the top list. So what this number means is 20% of the time he holds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering the number one team only holds 31% of the battles, that shows you just how good this non-legendary team is. It's just a team of random characters and does insane stuff. And if you want more evidence of this, this is Arnold's free-to-play history. So this is his free-to-play history, and guess what level his Qui-Gon is right now? His Qui-Gon, I don't even know what gear level is that. Gear 4, I think? With the Omicron. And look at this, they took a Darth Revan team in, and this is a good Darth Revan team. Relic 7 Darth Revan, Relic 4 Malik. All he has is a Relic 7 Jedi Knight Anakin, and then they'll just crap everything else. And all he had left by the end was Marauder. That's it. Like, that's wild. Here's another one. This is in Kyber, by the way. Someone took an Afra team and got slapped and then had to clean it up with an Iden Versio. Like, don't sleep on this. It'll do so much for you. It has one of the highest hold rates. You could be in Kyber, you could be in Erodium, you could be in Chromium, you could be in Carbonite. I don't care. It's going to get you holds, and it'll be one of the best teams to watch to do things on defense. It's so entertaining. And if you want a little bit more entertainment, you can always throw a tank with this, and then it makes it so they can't get to Qui-Gon for a bit longer. And so you might get a couple more holds squeezed out. But even just getting an extra hold for them having to kill Qui-Gon and then get absolutely nuked and then come in and clean it up is so worth it. 100% worth that Zeta and that Omicron. It is such a messy team to deal with. So 100% do not sleep on this Omicron. Once again, 20% hold rate versus the 31% of the top team. Like, that is wild. Absolutely wild. So don't sleep on this team. I don't know what else to say besides this is crazy busted. Like, don't sleep on this. Like, I get it, you guys want to have like a Padme team, but like, you can't beat that. You can't beat that hold rate. On top of that, with a Padme team, you can always transition into a Gidme team. Go look up Gidme if you're unfamiliar with that team. I'm not going to explain it here, but Qui-Gon with Jedi Knight Anakin should never be slept on, whether you see it on their defense or you have it on your own. Don't sleep on it. It is a scary team. Really the only way to guarantee that you're like, yes, this is going to work 100% of the time is the fact that Qui-Gon's Omicron turns off when he faces GLs. And so they're going to have to waste a GL. And I will always take someone wasting a GL on a Gear 4 Qui-Gon. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. So don't sleep on this team. Get this Omicron now. Make this your panic farm. If you're low on Omicrons, try to push your galactic challenges a little harder and get this sooner. If you're low on Zetas, you know, do what you can. Try to get those challenge tiers, you know, push your guilds to win your territory wars. Get some Zetas in your account and make it your next Zeta, because it is so crazy. You don't need any additional Zetas. I will add the caveat. Make sure all allies are Galactic Republic and make sure they're Jedi. If you bring on people that are not Jedi, it'll turn off the Omicron. And if you bring in people that are not Galactic Republic Jedi specifically, then Jedi Knight Anakin's unique, where he does double damage, is going to turn off. So he'll still do tons of damage, that still have that 400% offense, that 9,000 offense. Like, he's still gonna have that, but he won't have the additional doubling effect, which, are you really going to have to damage this character? I would rather see a Qui-Gon with some Gear 1 Galactic Republic Jedi than see a Qui-Gon with Jedi Knight Anakin and just like a couple, like a Relic Old Ben and a Relic Jedi Knight Revan 100% of the time. So please panic farm this character. You will never regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. For those of you who do have this, please throw your success into the chat. I would love to hear your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.